We're back. You're listening to Executive Leaders Radio. This is your host, Herb Cohen. We'd like to introduce Laurie Brunner, who's CEO of Positive Changes Hypnosis. Laurie, what is Positive Changes Hypnosis? What do you guys do?
We are a 30-year-old national franchise that helps people overcome the struggles that they faced with life, whether it be losing weight, stopping smoking, reducing stress, managing pain, and even sleeping better.
How interesting. Where are you from originally?
I am a fourth-generation Washingtonian, and there's very few of us in this
And how many
area.
brothers and sisters do you have?
I'm an only child.
What makes an only child special?
The love of your mom and your dad, and the closeness that, at least for me, I felt with my parents.
What did mom and dad do for a living?
Well, my dad was an electrical engineer with AT&T, or the old C&P belt system, and my mom was at home with me.
Excellent. What did mom do in her spare time?
Well, Mom was a wonderful, loving, kind
Didn't
person.
you tell me that mom was involved with the church, had a special role at the church?
She
What
was
that?
a Stephen minister, which is caregiving. She was a deacon in our church.
How did that make you feel, being an only child and your mom's being looked, a deacon being looked up to? How did that make you feel?
Well, my mother had an incredible inner joy, inner peace, and a real desire to serve and help others.
How young were you when you knew you wanted to make a difference?
I think it was a very, very early age, because my mother and I were very, very close, and she was very much of a role model for me in how she interacted with other people.
So, what do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Well, I watched my mom, and I watched the impact that she had on others. People would come up to me and say, "Oh my goodness, your mother really made a difference for me. Oh, my mother,
gotcha.
your mother was just so
How
loving
young
and
were you when you
helpful."
started making money?
I was in ninth grade, and I
Doing what?
decided I needed a job. And my parents were actually kind of surprised by the fact that I wanted to get a job.
It was your idea. What kind of job did you get?
Well, I did what I thought I could do best, which is play tennis.
All right. And when in terms of the immediate family, did you have a lot of cousins and aunts and uncles?
Well, I did, but I am a last generation of my family. My father was 49.
So you're the youngest
I'm
of all the
the
cousins?
youngest
How did that
by
affect
30
you
years.
how did that affect you being the youngest of all the cousins?
Well, I think it was just me and my parents, and because my cousins and the people that my parents interacted with, they were all adults and grown.
How did that affect you?
I think that I learned how to interact with others at a very mature way early on
How's
in
that
life.
been beneficial in your business career?
Well, I think that in the business that I'm in, it's about people, and it's about building relationships. And I think watching and growing up in an adult household, I just feel a real connection with people.
Next question.
You're in the business of turning around companies, and you've done that before, and that's a real challenge. What were you challenged with growing up?
I think I really wanted to succeed. I was the youngest in my class growing up, and I was, and I remember in fourth grade, I was not the most popular girl in the class. And I think overcoming the fact that my fourth grade teacher didn't really like me, and the kids kind of thought I was nerdy, I've always tried to, find my way. And in fact, my high school motto was find a way or make one. And so I think in the business that I've been in, which is helping small and mid-sized companies find growth and renew, finding a way and making one has been sort of how I've tried to live my leadership and lead my teams forward.
Lauren?
Did being an only child have an impact on driving you to really want success?
I don't know that it was being an only child, but I think each of your parents have an incredible influence on your life. And for me, my father, I was equally close with my father, and he encouraged me along the way. And he loved gardening, but he also loved sports. So he would be there on the practice field when I was played varsity soccer in high school, or he taught me how to play golf, and we played from the men's tees at the time. And I remember spending evenings evenings playing tennis with him,
Cool.
and I became a competitive tennis
All
player.
right, next question.
Laurie, a common theme today, we've heard a lot from people about the impact of family and then also the role that sports have played in their upbringing. And you just mentioned your time playing soccer and your job teaching tennis. Tell me a little bit about how your upbringing in youth sports has impacted your career.
Well, I think that in sports, to be really good at it, you have to be coachable. And I have always found that I've improved when I've listened to others. And I think in my business life today, I seek feedback. And I think we are continuously learning,
Excellent.
whether you're on the first level
Jay?
or at the executive.
There's a lot of threads about tennis and what you're describing. When did you first start playing tennis?
I think I picked up a racket when I was about 4 years old, and I said to my mom, I really like this.
John?
You said your father died when you were in college. What would he say about your business success today?
Yeah.
I think my dad would have been very proud of me, and I think my mom was. Mom never worked, and I think both of them, my mother has said consistently that my father would be proud.
Why do you think he'd be proud?
I think because what I try to do is live the legacy that has been instilled by me or from my
What do you
parents
mean?
to me,
What do you mean?
which is living up to the standards and the values that they had in life. And if I can continue that on and make even just a small difference in those that I've touched, then I think I'll be a success.
Lauren?
Is there anyone in your life now who has faced addiction that you've been able to help with the company?
Well, you know, I was thinking about that, and I'm in the business of hypnosis, and I'll tell you that it is an amazing impact on the brain. My husband was a smoker for 30 years, and last summer stopped smoking on our programs and hasn't wanted a cigarette since.
Wow, shows the programs work. Let's see, what is the website address for this organization known as Positive Changes Hypnosis?
You can find us at positivechanges.com.
PositiveChanges.com. We've been speaking with Laurie Brunner, CEO of Positive Changes Hypnosis here on Executive Leaders Radio. John, can you please give us a rundown on who we've had the opportunity of speaking with today?
We talked to Steve Riffey, CFO of Washington REIT, Shai Palavani, founder and president of Hungary, Jeff Grass, chair and CEO of BuySafe, and Laurie Brunner, CEO of Positive Changes Hypnosis.
Excellent. I'd like to thank my co-hosts, John Schuark, Graybeard Coaching, the Washington, D.C. office of the National Polsinelli Law Firm, including Phil Fagan, Jay Giuliano, Kevin Bold, and Lauren DeSantis. Then, by the way, what is the website address for Polsinelli Law Firm?
It's Polsinelli.com.
Polsinelli.com. And I'd like to thank our listening audience for listening. Actually, I'd like to thank my co-hosts because we were able to put together an entertaining and engaging show for our listening audience. I'd like to thank our listening audience. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.